This is for you, Master. I thought it might come in useful.
So this is where you've been. Come with me to the village entrance. The Watchhead's waiting for you.
Simple conversation oft reveals what a week of searching never could. Whom shall we speak with first?
You really ought to have returned by now. Mayhap... Is that you, Norbert? Oh, fie. I got my hopes up for naught. Wait, listen. Would you be willing to search for my brother? The brave fool said he was going to look for herbs and went off into the forest. I've seen no sign of him since. I'd go and search for him myself, only... It is a dangerous place. I'm not afraid of monsters, but 'twould hardly help anything if I were to run in there unprepared and get myself hurt now, would it? So I thought, mayhap you'd go in my place. You look like you could manage those woods better than I. Please, sir, I worry for my brother. Many thanks. Right. As for where I think he's gone, go into the forest and turn when you reach the tree with the bird's nest, keeping the cliff to your right. Ah, this won't work, will it? I could see the route in my mind's eye, but my feet know it better than I do. I don't think I could plot it on a map, and 'tis hard to describe, but my brother and I are the only ones who use that path to my knowledge. I suppose there's only one thing for it. I'll have to show you the way. Just be alert. The monsters of the forest have changed since the dragon's attack. I'll need you to watch over me, keep me safe. You will, won't you? Right. In we go then. My life's in your hands, friend.
We have been called upon to render aid. Let us make haste.
Wish I didn't have to work to earn my bread.
Ah, you've returned. Good timing, too. I have questions for you. First and foremost, will you accompany me to the capital? My thanks. Are you ready to depart, or do you need some time to prepare? Very well. Speak with me once you've finished your preparations.
Ingredients are plentiful hereabouts.
I say we collect as much as we can carry.
Seems naught ever goes right.
The creature's corpse will serve us well.
Are you certain you can manage it? It is an awfully long shot. That ladder looks promising, but we'll have to drop it down from above.
Seems naught ever goes right.
I'll gather these now. It would be a shame to forget their location when we need them most.
We're in fine form. Although you seem sorry to have challenged us.
Try not to hit, and let him go to waste. That's the spirit. was a strange.
It's a pleasure to serve you, Master.
We prevailed by the skin of our teeth.
Let us pick ourselves up, dust ourselves off, and try not to slip up again.
Must finding these be so difficult?
The thrill of discovery never gets old.
Ha! I'll have to remember to tell my own master about this.
And here I was, hoping for some great treasure. Now I feel a fool. We'll find a use for it, I'm sure.
I'll carefully conserve my strength and endeavor to survive every battle by way of sound strategy and defensive tactics.
It's about time we pressed on, wouldn't you say, Master?
This is rather thrilling.
This is a good spot. Let's stop here a moment. I've camped here with my brother many a time. No doubt he caught his breath here before moving on, same as us.
Visions of roast meat will dance in my head tonight. For all I've stuffed myself.
I quite agree. Best we recuperate our strength before we set off again.
Haven't you a lantern arisen?
This is precisely what we were looking for.
No mercy!
With this, my magics are yours to wield. The night sky is a balm to the battle-weary heart.
'Tis as you say.
What is it? Got a question about my training regime? Suppose that was an unlikely guess. None took to the training like you did. Open to enlist, then? No. A pity. I'd hoped to add you to our ranks. You'd seem like you'd be fit for battle, even if I were to call upon you on the morrow. Which is more than I can say for the rest. Apologies for assuming. We've had fewer folks looking to enlist of late, and I'm hungry for recruits. Many keep their distance on account of the instructor being a beastren. How very Vermundian of them. At the very least, I'd like to provide some decent training to the soldiers we have now. Easier said than done, especially when the weapons we were promised have yet to arrive. Tisn't like to boost their morale having rusted steel to train with. What I wouldn't give for some decent weapons and a soldier to act as an example. Someone with motivation to grow. That'd light a fire under them, I reckon. Mayhap you could aid us. I know 'tis much to ask of anyone, let alone a stranger, but what else am I to do? Much appreciated. We'd welcome what you can spare.
Sir Baron's request is quite understandable. Weaponry and motivated soldiers are the pillars of any military.
Well met. Have you any weapons for me? Good of you to go to the trouble. Many thanks. We'll gladly make use of what you've given us. Those weapons you gave us have made all the difference. My training regime is proceeding much more smoothly now. Yet the recruits still lack for motivation. They need someone to act as an example. A dedicated soldier who's keen to improve. Do you know of anyone like that, perchance?
Seems naught ever goes right. I don't like this place at all.
There are useful ingredients to be gathered here, I'll wager.
We could pick some now and use them when the need arises. This is a good find.
Perhaps fortune has deigned to aid us at last.
Can anyone hear me? Please! I need help!
Norbert, are you hurt?
It's a battle already? Wasn't much of a reprieve.
Try not to get hit, lest all that vim go to waste.
Find a skin. Strike with fire's fury.
I could dance and jig for joy. I thought I was done for.
Aye, it was a near thing. How are you feeling?
I think I'll be all right. But if you hadn't come for me, Thanks, Ian.
Save your thanks, Norbert. I'm your brother. And I ought to have come sooner.
From where I'm standing, all that matters is that you made it in time. Anyway, I'm eager to be rid of this place. Let's return to the village, shall we? The sooner the better. I've got to deliver these medicinal herbs to the people who need them.
Aye, you'll hear no complaints from me. Let's be off then.
Let us proceed with caution, keeping an eye on our charge at all times.
It is always daunting to venture into the unknown.
Adventure awaits. My heart thrills with anticipation. This boulder looks mighty, but we might just be able to move it if we combine our efforts. I say we give it a push and see what happens. My magics are at your disposal. Over so soon? Why, we seem to have come through unscathed.
No doubt this triumph will spur us into the next.
That's it!
Look, Master, a treasure chest. We shall have to find a way to reach it. I could look upon this sky for all eternity, if 'twasn't for the crick in my neck. I'll wager I could make that shot. Be sure to aim true.
This bow seems unlikely to catch a chill, however cold our ice attacks may be. Spare no effort against this foe, lest we succumb.
Ah, yes, now I see.
I thought you might like this, so I picked it up. Here you go.
You're well fond of picking things up, aren't you?
The ingredients are plenty. If all hereabouts. Oh, master. Curious how a fine meal makes your eyelids heavy, but not your stomach.
That's it!
Another statue. Aught within me yearns to climb it.
Why don't we go take a look?
The creature's corpse will serve us well.
Be sure to aim true.
Now there's a worthy prize. If only 'tweren't so far away.
Well now, you've a keen eye. This is why I shall never tire of our adventures.
Rockmaster! Goblins!
You need not shrink from danger. We've the strength to prevail over anything.
Ah, a material. Useful things, these.
Different combinations of materials result in different creations.
Don't look down now.
We shan't fall if we remain calm and watch our footing.
No room for carelessness. I'll wager I could make that shot. Are you certain you can manage it? It is an awfully long shot.
Back at last. That was an ordeal.
Aye, I'm exhausted, but I can rest after I've delivered these herbs. I'll be back soon.
Good on you. Just take care, all right? You wonder why I don't follow him? So long as he stays away from that forest, he'll be fine on his own. When my brother told me he was going to fetch those herbs, I refused to join him. Said it was too dangerous. What with the monsters acting strangely of late. And I was right. But mayhap none of this would have happened had I only gone with him. My brother is always the one taking the initiative, while I stand around with my hands in my pockets. But today's misadventure showed me that the path forward is the one with fewer regrets. Even when you can't be sure where it leads. We managed to save Norbert, and perhaps that's all that matters. Still, I can't help but wonder if I couldn't have spared him some of the pain and fear he suffered. If I'd only steeled myself sooner. So from now on, I'm going to trust in my own instincts. Ne'er again will I let fear stop me from doing what I know to be right.
Sir Ian was rather hard on himself, methinks. He saved his brother just as much as we did.
Hale, if you've a moment to spare, I'd like a word. As you can see, we're rebuilding, a task that can always benefit from another pair of hands. What say you? Would you be willing to help? Excellent. You're a good sort. I'll not soon forget this. Here's what I need from you. A bask of saurians has made their nest outside the village. Though they're yet to cause any harm, their proximity makes the villagers uneasy. I'd like to enlist your aid in driving them away. I've prepared some explosive casks and left them by the village entrance. Use them to send the saurians scattering.
Saurians are monsters of fearsome strength, 'tis true. But I've yet to meet a foe that explosive casks can't scatter. 'Tis as you say.
Make haste, then. We must leave anon. Very well. Speak with me once you've finished your preparations.
Well, that appears to have sent some of the beasts reeling, at least. To finish the job, I'd have you drop a jar of poison into their nest. With any luck, the saurians will realize that they chose a perilous spot and steer clear of the village boundary in future. But pray, take care not to drop it in the river. The villagers use that water on a daily basis. You must make sure your aim is true. Are we clear? Good. You'll find the jars of poison just outside the village. Toss one into the saurian's nest, and your task is done.
A single jar of poison ought to send those saurians packing. Only do be mindful not to spill any on yourself, Master.
Expertly thrown, Master. I'd wager those saurians will think twice about nesting here again. My heart is light as a feather after that exchange.
You've done as I asked, I see. Many thanks for your efforts. And I must say, you've a fine arm. I couldn't have done better myself. Watching you got me thinking. Mayhap you've the sense to inherit the skills I possess. Or perhaps 'tis a little early for such talk. In any event, thanks to the work you've done for us today, the rebuilding efforts ought to proceed apace. And for that, I'm grateful.
All done then?
A resounding success.
'Tis moments such as these that make an adventure worthwhile.
That was over in a trice. Where to next?
Master, if you're carrying around anything you don't need, there's no time like the present to rid yourself of it.
Let's see. What can we do without?
What air 'tis. Not sure I need to hear it.
I'm in your debt, sir. And not just for saving my brother. You helped me learn a valuable lesson today. Ne'er again will I let fear stop me from doing what I know to be right.
These writings could be of import.
A thorough perusal might reveal aught of interest.
Thanks, friend.
Living's hard, but dreams
Got to press on. There's much needs doing.
Hello again, sir. Say, have you brought some fruit robberant for me? Oh, so this is what it looks like. Brilliant. Many thanks, sir. I haven't much to offer in return, but I'll be sure to tell Grandfather what you did for us. He'll want to reward you proper like, I'll bet.
Such moments make me proud to serve the Arisen.
What's to be done about this?
Not good will come of this.
Well, you ought to not strain yourself, not in your current state. Those burns could easily have killed you outright. I expect 'twill be some time before you fully recover.
Wakestone shards are treasures to be prized, though only when made whole can they work their magic.
We must take care not to throw it away by mistake.
There are useful ingredients to be gathered here, I'll wager.
I say we collect as much as we can carry.
What a view. I'd not say no to a short repose hereabouts.
I'd gladly cast aside my weapon and laze about here, if the Arisen would permit it.
I knew it to be so.
Fancy a look at my wares? Always a pleasure.
Shopping is such fun. We mustn't overspend. I knew it to be so.
Well met, sir. How might I be of service? I'll gladly stay a while.
Here at the inn, we also offer changes of vocation for those who seek it. I get so few customers, you see, that I can manage both roles myself. But enough about me. Did you need something?
Always a pleasure.
Lots to do. Here at the inn, I get so few customers, you see, that I can manage both roles myself. But enough about me. Did you need something?
Always a pleasure.
Where to now?
I'll take any part of it. I think I'll only take care of before the day's done.
Pray slow your feet! You run too fast for the likes of me!
No time to catch your breath. Try to keep up. party is well balanced. I can see no weaknesses that might be exploited.
We need only hone our skills, and in time we shall be indomitable.
There's no great shock to me.
Goblins approach! Say like have advantage against this foe. Are we all in the same boat?
Pushing out so pitiful a foe would give you no trouble.
People like that will be better at cleaning up. Oh, you've done it! We've earned ourselves a pat on the back. Well, I'm sure there's still room for improvement.
Too slow. Moment's important. Can't happen again.
An abandoned campsite, just waiting to be claimed. Resting when and where you can is the secret to weathering a long journey. The creature's corpse will serve us well. Be sure to aim true.
Gran, I want to learn magic, please.
This again, child. You know full well your father has forbidden it.
There are plenty of things more deserving of your interest. Why not turn your aspirations elsewhere?
Why must you always take Father's side? I'd have thought you'd understand how I feel better than anyone. What is it? If you're looking for Gran, she's out. 'Tis dreadful dull round here. How long do they mean to shut me away? All I want is to study magic, but Gran refuses to teach me. If only I had a grimoire or two, then I could study on my own. If you find any grimoires, would you bring them to me? You needn't seek them out. Any you happen to find will do. Still, I'll write up a list of the tomes I'd most like, so you know which ones to keep an eye out for. Let's see. There. All done. Mayhap I was a little overeager, but you needn't bring them all. Just 2 or 3 would be swell. Though I would be thrilled to have the lot. Oh, and Gran is like to confiscate the grimoires should she espy them. Pray hand them to me when she's not at home.
So, we are to scour for the grimoires on Miss Trisha's list. Why don't we have a taste? Surely no harm in it. I'd not say no to a bite myself. Ingredients are plentiful hereabouts. We could pick some now and use them when the need arises. That's quite a large boulder, but methinks 'twill budge if we combine our strength. A firm push is what's needed here. Did anyone else see that? Orc catches the light. Let us ponder how best to proceed. Oh, I'd not have thought we'd find one here.
At least old Trisha's been rather restless of late. More so than usual, I mean. You wouldn't happen to know what's gotten into her, would you, sir? Trisha's been rather restless of late. More so than usual, I mean.
Here you are, Master. I hope you like it. I found it myself. I'll wager I could make that shot. Are you certain you can manage it? It is an awfully long shot. We'll want to use fire against this foe.
Just a moment.
Take that!
At last, the moment I've been waiting for. Allow me to gather these up.
Fret not. I'll make the pain go away. Hold on. Stay right there.
We would be ill-advised to proceed without light.